Christ's conscious pre-existence, the Son emptied himself. So here's Philippians chapter 2, 5 to 8. Here you find Christ being made in the likeness of men, being found as in appearance as a man. So here's his human existence, and there's an order of events leading up to the human existence. So prior to this, you find actions that the Son did, and in a way in which he existed. So before the Son was made in the likeness of men, in verse 7, he performed several personal conscious actions. If this is true, then oneness doctrine and Socinian doctrine is refuted because they believe the Son did not really exist yet. Before the Son's human existence in verse 7, he existed in the form of God. He did not regard equality with God a thing to be grasped. He emptied himself, and he took the form of a servant. These are conscious choices made by the Son before his humanity, as the context proves. How on earth can the Son regard or consider things if he didn't even exist? Regarding is a personal, conscious action. This happened before he was made in the likeness of men. The form of God proves the Son was fully divine already. If taking the form of a servant means he became a true servant, then when Jesus existed in the form of God, it meant he was already existing as true God before he was made in the likeness of men. If he was truly a servant, he was truly God. This proves the Son's divine preexistence, and is why Paul mentioned equality with God. Jesus did not want to exploit his equality with God, rob it, or selfishly cling to it at all costs, but he humbled himself as a servant instead. Oneness doctrine and Socinian doctrine both teach that the Son did not have any substantial existence before his humanity. If Paul was a Socinian or oneness believer, we'd expect him to say that the Father emptied the Son, but instead he said the Son emptied himself. In order for the Son to make the choice to empty himself, he had to pre-exist with a mind. The Son emptying himself is a metaphor for him making himself of no reputation, or making himself nothing. So when did the Son empty himself? If the Son had no pre-existence, then he would have had to empty himself sometime on earth as a human being, but this would result in a man being made in the likeness of men, which doesn't make any sense. The Son made his own personal conscious choice to empty himself, which then resulted in the incarnation. And before his humanity, the Son was already regarding things, which also shows he had consciousness and substantial existence. Again, form of God proves he pre-existed as a divine person. In conclusion, before the emptying actually happened, the Son made the conscious choice to empty himself. Then the emptying happened, and the incarnation happened, which would necessitate the Son pre-existing substantially as a conscious person with his own mind before his human existence, thus proving the Son was living, active, and divine before the incarnation.